The mysterious disappearance of Christine Parker. Christine Parker, a 55-year-old woman, went missing on August 6, 2023, in Battle Mountain, Nevada. She was last seen after she departed from her residence in Idaho, driving her pickup truck accompanied by her 2 loyal Border Collie dogs. Christine Passy Parker, hailing from Montpelier, Idaho, is a remarkable individual who embraces multiple roles in her life. As a devoted wife, loving mother, and doting grandmother, she embodies the essence of familial warmth and love. However, her journey has not been without challenges. On the evening of August 6, 2023, Christine Parker's whereabouts were last observed in the vicinity of Battle Mountain, Nevada, at approximately 4:30 in the afternoon. Prior to her departure, she had left her residence in Idaho, embarking on her journey accompanied by her 2 loyal Border Collie dogs. It is noteworthy that these dogs are distinguished by their distinctive half-white and half-black facial markings. On the 7th of August in the year 2023, her family took the step of reporting her missing to the Montpelier Police Department after they were unable to establish contact with her. In a remote area of the Eugene Mountains near Imlay, Nevada, a hunter stumbled upon Parker's vehicle on August 15, 2023. The abandoned vehicle, precisely described as a 2011 charcoal grey Toyota Tacoma pickup truck with an Idaho license plate number, raised intrigue and questions regarding its presence in Pershing County. In an exhaustive effort to locate Christine, authorities meticulously scoured the surrounding vicinity by collaborating with search and rescue teams, mounted police units, and the Civil Air Patrol. Despite this extensive search operation, no trace or indications of Christine's whereabouts were discovered. The combined efforts of these experienced search teams, law enforcement personnel, and aviation experts yielded no definitive answer for what happened. Christine Parker is classified as being at risk due to a medical condition resulting from a traumatic brain injury she experienced several years ago. This condition necessitates her daily intake of medication. As a consequence of her medical condition, Christine may exhibit symptoms such as paranoia, emotional withdrawal, or an excessively friendly demeanor. The investigation conducted by the police did not uncover any evidence suggesting foul play in relation to Christine Parker's disappearance. The circumstances surrounding her vanishing are still shrouded in mystery, leaving many unanswered questions. At present, her case is classified as a missing persons case and remains unsolved. The disappearance of John Henry Geppert III. John Henry Geppert III, a 27-year-old individual, was last observed in Los Angeles, California on December 10, 1988. The last contact he had with his family occurred when he made a phone call from a payphone in Huntington Beach. Unfortunately, no communication has been established with him since that time. John Henry Geppert III, commonly known as Jack within his family, came into the world on October 24, 1961. In 1988, John Henry Geppert reached out to his father to inform him that he would not be able to attend his own wedding. This pivotal moment marked his last communication with his family. The call, originating from a payphone situated in the vibrant city of Huntington Beach, California, left an indelible impression on both John Henry and his father. It served as a poignant reminder of the challenges and circumstances that led to his absence on such a significant day. As per the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System, John was last spotted in the vibrant city of Los Angeles, California, precisely on December 10th. The whereabouts of John Geppert III, along with the details surrounding his disappearance, continue to elude authorities and those close to him. His case remains classified as a missing persons investigation, compelling investigators to meticulously analyze every lead and explore all possible scenarios. The precise details of his attire at the time of his disappearance are currently undisclosed and remain a mystery. The mysterious disappearance of Damian Sharp. In Warren, Pennsylvania, on the Memorial Day weekend of May 25, 2002, the 22-year-old Damian Sharp went missing under mysterious circumstances. Despite being last seen leaving a friend's apartment, his whereabouts remain unknown. Damian Mark Sharp, born on August 6, 1979, entered this world with great potential. His journey started at Warren Area High School, where he honed his academic abilities and graduated with distinction in 1998. During the period when Sharp went missing, he had recently come back to Warren after being stationed at Fort Drum in Watertown, New York. He had relocated to an apartment located at 19 Cedar Street in Warren, Pennsylvania, where he resided with his roommates. This information plays a crucial role in understanding Sharp's background and current circumstances at the time of his disappearance. Sharp possessed a profound expertise in the art of controlled combat, with a particular emphasis on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Just 7 days prior to vanishing without a trace, Damian Sharp suffered a knee injury at Master Skater, an enclosed skate park situated in Warren, Pennsylvania, where his sibling was employed. This unfortunate incident rendered Damian reliant on aluminum crutches to facilitate his mobility. These crutches served as his support system as he moved about, aiding him in his daily activities during this period. On the auspicious evening of May 24, 2002, Mr. Sharp joyously celebrated an unforgettable gathering in the warm embrace of his cherished apartment, located on the serene Cedar Street in the picturesque town of Warren. On the morning of May 25, 2002, Sharp was collected by a female acquaintance. In the afternoon, Sharp and his brother rendezvoused at Master Skater to deliberate over their intentions of hosting a keg party amidst the tranquil woods, nestled approximately 1 mile away from the main road. However, after taking into consideration Sharp's leg injury, they ultimately reached a consensus to shift the location of the gathering to Sharp's apartment. This decision was made in order to ensure that Sharp's injury would not hinder his enjoyment of the festivities. At approximately 5 in the afternoon, Sharp was sighted for the last time by a close acquaintance who had just given him a ride to the intersection of Prospect and Dahl Street. Sharp's intention was to meet up with another friend residing in apartment 12 of Prospect Mansions, located at 332 Prospect Street in Warren, Pennsylvania. This intersection served as their designated meeting point, marking the beginning of a sequence of events that unfolded on that day. As per his companion's account, Sharp remained at that location for approximately 60 minutes before they bid farewell on the street just outside the apartment at around 6. They made plans to reunite later at a social gathering on Brown Run Road to celebrate the Memorial Day weekend. This information provides a detailed insight into Sharp's temporary stay, the duration of their interaction, and their subsequent plans for the evening festivities. On that fateful evening, Damian Sharp was conspicuously absent from the party, and since then, there has been no trace of him. On the 3rd of June in the year 2002, the family of the individual in question took the necessary step of filing a report with the City of Warren Police Department. In the month of June in the year 2002, extensive searches were conducted on both land and water, specifically targeting wooded areas that were popular camping spots. These searches were carried out with the intention of locating Damian, but unfortunately, the findings and outcomes of these efforts were never disclosed to the public. In March of 2003, Damian Sharp's disappearance was officially reclassified as a homicide by authorities due to the emergence of suspicious circumstances during the investigation. However, no further details have been provided by the authorities regarding the specific evidence that led them to this conclusion. This reclassification implies that the authorities have strong reasons to believe that Damian Sharp's disappearance was not a result of natural or accidental causes. According to a single witness who came forward, it was reported to the police that Damian met a tragic fate by being fired at by one of his associates due to a dispute over something that had gone missing. Furthermore, the witness mentioned that after his untimely demise, Damian was allegedly disposed of in cement, with the specific location being somewhere near the well-known Big Ben overlook in Warren. However, despite the revelations made by this eyewitness, no individuals have ever been formally charged or held accountable for their involvement in Damian's disappearance. There are suspicions of foul play surrounding the disappearance of Damian Sharp. The exact details surrounding his disappearance remain unclear. Despite ongoing efforts, the case of Damian Sharp remains unsolved, leaving investigators with many unanswered questions. The disappearance of Adeline Arredondo. Very little is known about Adeline Arredondo's disappearance. Adeline Arredondo, a 25-year-old individual, went missing on April 3, 2022, in the town of Comstock, Texas. Her disappearance occurred subsequent to her decision to flee from the scene once Border Patrol officers arrived. On the 3rd of April in the year 2022, Adeline Arredondo found herself in the company of a sizable group consisting of approximately 8 individuals who had already been engaged in a continuous walking activity for a duration spanning around 6 to 8 hours. On her journey, she consumed what she thought was aspirin. However, there are suspicions that she may have been administered a different medication. When Adeline lost consciousness and collapsed, the entire group immediately sprang into action. Their deep concern prompted them to do their best in providing immediate care and assistance to her. The whereabouts of Adeline Arredondo are still a mystery, as her location remains unknown. Her case falls under the category of endangered missing individuals, and unfortunately, it remains unresolved. The disappearance of Bryce Borker. Bryce Borker, a 23-year-old individual, went missing under puzzling circumstances in Eagan, Minnesota, on October 30, 2022. After being dropped off by a Lyft driver, Bryce mysteriously vanished merely 2 miles away from his residence. Bryce Borker, who came into this world on June 15, 1999, was blessed with the wonderful parents Troy and Karina Borker. Hailing from the beautiful state of Minnesota, Bryce's upbringing in this serene environment has undoubtedly influenced his character. On the spooky night of October 30th, 2022, Bryce Borker and a group of close companions were joyously reveling in the Halloween festivities. During the early hours between 2 and 2:30, Bryce, accompanied by 2 of his friends, availed the services of a Lyft and was subsequently dropped off in the block of Hill Ridge Drive in Eagan, Minnesota. This particular location is situated approximately 2 miles away from his own residence. Bryce, who had initially informed his friends about his plan to walk home, surprised them by heading in the opposite direction, specifically towards the picturesque Minnesota River Valley, as indicated by compelling evidence. Bryce has been conspicuously absent, and there have been no reports or communication from him. On the morning of October 30th, 2022, specifically at 10:50 in the morning, a concerned group of friends reached out to emergency services by dialing 911, urgently requesting a welfare check to be conducted on their friend Bryce. Upon the arrival of the authorities at his residence, it became evident that Bryce was not present. Subsequently, a report was filed with the Eagan Police Department, designating him as a missing individual. According to the findings of the investigation, the Lyft driver reported that Bryce, on the night he went missing, was in a highly intoxicated state. In fact, the driver recalled a concerning incident where Bryce attempted to exit the vehicle while it was still in motion. According to Bryce's acquaintances, he informed the authorities that he intended to embark on a journey by foot to his residence located at Promenade Avenue. Typically, this particular route would require approximately 45 minutes to traverse. According to an affidavit, it has been revealed that Bryce reached out to his friends via FaceTime during the early hours of the morning, precisely at 2:34 in the morning. His call raised serious concerns, as he expressed his uncertainty about his whereabouts and informed them that his phone battery was critically low, with only 2% charge remaining. The distressing part was that the conversation abruptly ended when his friends observed him to be in a wooded area. This unsettling communication incident stands as the final known contact that Bryce had with anyone before disappearing. In their investigative efforts, law enforcement authorities were able to track the movements of Bryce by tracing the signal of his mobile phone. The data revealed that he had been traversing an industrial region situated close to the intersection of Yankee Doodle Road and Highway 13. In an extensive search operation that spanned over 1,000 acres, authorities diligently scoured the area in their quest to locate Bryce. Employing the aid of advanced technologies, including aerial drones and highly trained K-9 units, the search effort aimed to leave no stone unturned. In an effort to locate him, his family has come forward with a generous reward of $30,000, which they are offering to anyone who can help with the case. His family took the initiative to establish and launch the website brycesblessings.org, which serves as a valuable platform offering extensive assistance. The exact whereabouts of Bryce Borker, as well as the details surrounding his disappearance, continue to be a mystery. Despite extensive investigative efforts, his case remains unsolved and he is classified as a missing person. In order to help locate him, his family is generously offering a substantial reward of $30,000 to anyone who can provide information that leads to his current location. This farmer couldn't believe what he was seeing when he viewed his CCTV footage. As of right now, there's not much information to go by, and no news outlets picked up the story, which is odd because people can't seem to wrap their heads around what happened. Upon entering, his eyes widened in disbelief. There, amidst the hay and dust, lay a gaping hole in his barn roof. The wooden planks had splintered and shattered, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. The farmer began to panic as he surveyed the damage, wondering how such a catastrophe could have taken place. He rushed back to the house, clambering up the staircase to reach his office. The farmer had installed a security camera system on his property years ago, mainly to keep an eye on potential thieves. Now, those cameras might hold the key to unraveling the mystery of the damaged barn. He accessed the CCTV footage on his computer. He watched the playback, and what he saw left him utterly bewildered. In the dimly lit footage from the previous night, a bizarre sequence of events unfolded before him. One of his prized cows could be seen falling through the roof, with many saying that the cow was falling at speed and that it was like it had been dropped from a great height. As if guided by some unseen force, the cow suddenly shot through the roof, damaging the entire area. One farmer commented that in all of their years of owning a barn, they've never had a cow appear on top of it. Others questioned how such a large cow would be able to climb on top of the roof. It wasn't long before online users began to put forward their own theories for why the cow fell through the roof. The fascination with unidentified objects has endured for decades, captivating the imagination of people worldwide. While unidentified object sightings have been reported in various forms and locations, one of the more curious aspects of these encounters involves the mysterious interest in cattle. Throughout the history of sightings, a peculiar pattern has emerged. Cattle frequently feature in close encounters. Witnesses have reported a range of incidents involving unidentified objects and cattle. Reports of cattle found under mysterious circumstances often involve peculiar surgical precision, with organs and body parts removed with apparent surgical expertise. These cases have raised questions about the motivations behind these actions. Witnesses have claimed to see mysterious objects hovering above pastures and cattle being lifted into the air or taken aboard the craft. Those who have seen the video suggested that the cow may have been taken by one of these objects and dropped through the roof. The claims sound outlandish, but for several decades, farmers have reported seeing mysterious lights above their pastures. In some cases, unidentified object sightings have coincided with reports of cattle displaying unusual behavior, such as panic, agitation, or disorientation. Witnesses have noted that these changes in behavior seem to coincide with the presence of unidentified objects. Cattle explorations have been occurring for many years, with documented cases dating back as far as the late 19th century. However, it was during the 1970s that a noticeable increase in reported incidents occurred, primarily in the United States. In the years that followed this surge, regular reports of such explorations began to emerge from various corners of the globe, indicating a widespread phenomenon. These incidents, characterized by unexplained and precise dissections of cattle, have continued to perplex and intrigue researchers and investigators alike. Despite extensive research, we are no closer to understanding what causes these mysterious explorations. The occurrence of this phenomenon, although it has never completely disappeared from public attention, seemed to have diminished to some extent. However, over the past 25 years, the situation has taken a different turn. In fact, if anything, these events appear to be transpiring with increasing frequency. It is evident that they are becoming more prevalent and noteworthy. This trend, which has been observed in recent times, points towards a significant shift in the frequency and significance of these incidents. During the summer of 1990 in Vancouver, Canada, the residents found themselves caught in a series of inexplicable occurrences that lasted the entire season. Unusual sounds, reminiscent of machine-like noises, pervaded the skies across the region, perplexing the local inhabitants who were unaccustomed to such auditory phenomena. Adding to the enigma, a resident even recounted witnessing the presence of an unfamiliar figure in a nearby field. These forms of explorations are not restricted solely to the continent of North America. Moreover, researchers in the United Kingdom have conducted investigations that shed light on the potential perpetrators. The phenomenon spans beyond geographical boundaries and has captured the attention of experts worldwide. These experts have delved deep into their research, aiming to uncover the underlying causes and individuals or entities responsible for these mysterious explorations. According to the Animal Pathology Field Unit, there is an overwhelming certainty that advanced beings are the culprits behind the incidents of animal explorations, particularly those that have persistently plagued the Welsh region. The Animal Pathology Field Unit has conducted extensive research and analysis, leaving no room for doubt regarding the involvement of mysterious entities in these incidents. Wales, in particular, has experienced a significant increase in unidentified object activity, which directly corresponds to the surge in cases of animal explorations. The meticulous investigations conducted proved that many of these incidents could not have been done by humans. Investigator Phil Hoyle, a seasoned expert with years of experience in dealing with such cases, refutes the notion that these instances of animal explorations are linked to rituals. According to Hoyle, the level of precision and sophistication observed in these injuries indicates the potential involvement of advanced beings, the military, or perhaps even a combination of both. This suggests that there may be an underlying agenda or purpose behind these incidents. Over a span of 6 months, from 2011 to 2012, numerous well-known show horses experienced acts similar to those seen in cattle. Instances of these incidents were reported from various locations across the United Kingdom, sparking a wide range of theories. Speculations ranged from sinister rituals to clandestine government experiments, leaving the public perplexed and searching for answers. In the city of Shrewsbury, approximately a year before the present time of this account in 2010, farmers encountered a rather perplexing phenomenon. They witnessed strange occurrences involving their livestock, especially sheep. According to their reports, peculiar entities or objects would suspend themselves in mid-air above the animals, emitting a laser beam downwards onto them. During a particularly active phase of these unusual explorations, numerous individuals claimed to have observed strange orange lights in the sky. Several theories and hypotheses have emerged to explain the UFO-cattle connection, though none have been definitively proven. These theories offer intriguing possibilities for why unidentified objects might theoretically be interested in cattle. Some speculate that advanced beings, if indeed behind these sightings, might be conducting biological experiments involving Earth's flora and fauna. Cattle, as a large and easily accessible terrestrial species, could be a subject of interest for such studies. Cattle have been subjected to extensive genetic modification and breeding by humans for centuries. UFO interest in cattle could relate to advanced civilizations' curiosity about our genetic experiments and breeding practices, leading them to study these domesticated animals. In hypothetical scenarios, where advanced beings are facing resource scarcity on their home planets, they might consider terrestrial species, including cattle, as potential sources of sustenance or materials. This theory, however, raises ethical and logistical questions about the logistics of such an endeavor. Cattle grazing areas often cover vast expanses of land. Mysterious sightings near cattle ranches might be attributed to the extraterrestrial interest in monitoring environmental changes, possibly related to ecological concerns or Earth's shifting climate. Cattle hold significant cultural and symbolic value in many human societies. Mysterious sightings involving cattle might be part of extraterrestrial attempts at communication or interaction with our species, acknowledging the significance we attribute to these animals. Encounters involving cattle could serve a psychological purpose, potentially aimed at studying human reactions, belief systems, or societal responses to unusual events. This theory suggests that cattle serve as a proxy for human subjects in experiments, It is essential to approach the unidentified object and cattle connection with scientific skepticism and acknowledge that the evidence supporting these theories is largely anecdotal and circumstantial. Many sightings involving cattle lack definitive proof or concrete scientific data to establish causality or correlation. Although the most popular stories surrounding advanced phenomena tend to focus on the topics of sightings of mysterious crafts or supernatural occurrences featuring humanoid creatures, many researchers often forget that some of the strongest pieces of evidence of intervention appears to center around the disappearances of cattle and subsequent damages to livestock. The earliest known written record of bizarre animal surgeries and sudden disappearances of a large number of livestock comes from an official document dated sometime during the early 1600s, when an investigator for the court of James I of England claimed that impossible to explain mass expirations of sheep were being recorded all across London and nearby shires. It was originally believed that the sudden expirations of the sheep could have been caused by neighbouring farms competing in market production alongside hungry travellers that were committing theft as they travelled throughout London, of which was the most heavily populated region during the 1600s. However, when the investigations took place, evidence was found that seemed to reject the original hypothesis. According to the court investigator, the sheep were found to have expired through causes that were otherwise impossible to attribute to human activity. Their organs, meat, and fleece remained untouched, with only evidence of possible tallow removal, and blood having been completely drained from the animal with no spillage. Even more difficult to explain was the sheer number of sheep that suddenly expired in what farmers believed would have been over the course of only a few hours. The investigator wrote that in some cases, there were more than 100 sheep that suddenly expired, and no evidence of footprints or tracks that could point towards a group of people having perpetrated the crime. When the investigator asked around local regions that were at the epicenter of the series of sheep disappearances and expirations, many attributed the sight of brilliant fireworks nearby to have been the possible cause. Some believed that the fireworks could have scared the sheep and caused them to pass away in fright, whereas others believed that the lights they had seen in the sky could have had a more sinister purpose. The court ended the investigation by saying that around the city of London and some of the shires adjoining, whole expirations of sheep have been made, in some places the number reaching as high as 100. The phenomenon would continue for several decades before ending entirely. The most interesting aspect of these sheep disappearances seemed to bear remarkable resemblance to modern-day cattle disappearances and possible advanced intervention. When researching mass livestock expirations, it became obvious that cattle disappearances and surgeries are a fairly recent development, with the first recorded instances beginning during the 1800s to modern day. Many believe that the sudden change of livestock being targeted, from sheep to now cattle, appears to match directly with the world market and primary source of meat production during these times. When sheep disappearances, surgeries, and unexplained expirations were occurring en masse, the main meat export around the world centered around sheep populations. It's only been over the last couple of centuries that the role of cattle has slowly changed for the purpose of meat consumption. During the 1600s and late 1700s, when recorded instances of sheep expirations were occurring, cattle were predominantly used for labor and secondarily used for milk production. Gary McKinnon asserts that during his alleged hacking activities on NASA and US Navy computer systems, he discovered compelling evidence suggesting interaction with advanced entities and advanced non-human technology. According to officials in the United States, Gary McKinnon was accused of perpetrating what is deemed the most significant military computer breach in history. Interestingly, Gary asserts that he discovered evidence of interactions with beings and technology that are not of terrestrial origin as a direct consequence of the aforementioned hack. Gary McKinnon firmly believes that the truth regarding unidentified flying objects, unidentified aerial phenomena, and advanced life will never be disclosed to the public. Gary McKinnon, a 57-year-old from Scotland, was involved in an unauthorized access incident that took place in 2002. He managed to gain entry into the computer systems of several prominent US institutions, including the Army, Navy, Air Force, Pentagon, and NASA. This breach of security became a lengthy legal battle for Mr. McKinnon, who fought against extradition to the United States. He rose to prominence as a highly discussed and celebrated figure, attracting the attention and support of prominent politicians, such as Boris Johnson and David Cameron, who vehemently opposed his extradition. Notably, several renowned rock stars, including David Gilmour of Pink Floyd, Sting, Peter Gabriel, and Chrissie Hynde, lent their voices to advocate for him. This widespread backing from influential figures across politics and the music industry served to further solidify his status. Following his diagnosis with Asperger's syndrome, the extradition of the individual in question was ultimately halted in 2012. This decision was made on the basis of human rights considerations and was implemented by the then Home Secretary, Theresa May. In the aftermath of his hacking incident, McKinnon made a startling revelation, asserting that he had encountered a vast array of images and documents that provided evidence of the existence of advanced life and technology right here on Earth. Among the intriguing findings were the presence of a sleek, cylindrical craft featuring domes hovering above the Earth in a NASA computer. Equally remarkable was the discovery of an Excel spreadsheet within a US Navy network, detailing the existence of non-terrestrial officers, as well as a list of interstellar ships and military resources involved in fleet-to-fleet transfers. These extraordinary disclosures opened up a world of possibilities regarding the presence and interaction of advanced beings and humans. According to McKinnon, it was several decades ago when he faced the issue of having a slow internet connection, which hindered his ability to download the evidence in question. Furthermore, he asserts that the NASA hack he was allegedly involved in was actually detected and prevented by a vigilant employee before he could take any action. According to McKinnon, he holds a firm belief that any aspirations of uncovering the truth about hacked NASA computers and unidentified objects are in vain. In a straightforward manner, McKinnon expressed his view, asserting that the disclosure of the truth will never come to fruition. In a recent update, NASA publicly disclosed the results of its extensive year-long investigation into unidentified aerial phenomena, thus shedding light on any potential existence of advanced life. As per the official statements released by the space agency, no concrete evidence supporting the presence of alien life forms was found. In an interview, he expressed his dissatisfaction with the response he received from them. Describing their approach as typical, he emphasized that their statement, when examined closely, offered no substantial information. He states that in the pursuit of uncovering genuine information from military institutions, it becomes evident that NASA, though outwardly presenting itself as a civilian organization, falls within this category. In a previous interview, he stated that it is an undeniable reality that there exist unidentified objects traversing our skies, and furthermore, it is an equally undeniable reality that dedicated scientific, intelligence, and military entities are diligently investigating and studying these perplexing phenomena. This emphasizes the presence of enigmatic aerial entities in our airspace, prompting the continuous examination and analysis carried out by authoritative institutions from multiple fields of expertise. In a recent development, the NASA Administrator Bill Nelson has made a firm commitment to enhance the transparency surrounding UAP data within the US Space Agency. Despite the inherent mystery surrounding such phenomena, Nelson has assured the public that any evidence of extraterrestrial existence, if ever discovered, will be openly shared with the world. McKinnon, who has held the belief that the agency is concealing the reality surrounding advanced beings, summarily disregarded Nelson's assurance. His resolution to engage in hacking activities in search of undisclosed information was greatly influenced by the impactful testimony of Donna Hare, a former NASA contractor, who courageously revealed classified information during the Disclosure Project press conference held in Washington, D.C. in 2001. In his pursuit of the truth, McKinnon uncovered a treasure trove of forbidden knowledge hidden within the proprietary systems of the agency. During her time at Building 8, located within the Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas, the individual in question made a bold assertion. According to her, she once entered a photo lab and witnessed members of the technical staff engaging in the act of airbrushing unidentified flying objects out of the photographs before they were made available to the public. Expanding further on her claims, she also stated that NASA utilized the codename Santa Claus to refer to 3 separate unidentified object sightings that occurred during lunar landings on the Moon. These allegations have sparked intrigue and speculation within the realm of space exploration and enthusiasts. At the end of February 2022, Gary McKinnon went on Reddit and didn't ask me anything. This is where members of Reddit can reach out and ask Gary any questions they have. He said the following: "Hi, I'm Gary McKinnon. I'll make this brief, but there are some things I feel it's important to point out, so you know where I'm coming from. Apologies for not doing a live video response. I have a couple of commercial projects on the go that prohibit me from doing audio and video in relation to my story. I was arrested in March 2002 for hacking into various government and military networks in America, looking for evidence of mysterious flying aircrafts and free energy. It wasn't a clever hack. No fragmented packets to bypass firewalls or any of the glossy stuff. I had a specific intention, and like any good system administrator, which I was at the time, I wanted a simple process that would catch basic weaknesses, sometimes network-wide, with a simple script and a little creativity. It was cracking more than hacking. Like any system admin knows, the laziest solution is often the best. In my effort to find solid proof that the government and military knew about these crafts, I followed information found in a book by the Disclosure Project. In the book, Donna Hare, who was a NASA launch photographic specialist, said that in Building 8 of Johnson Space Center, there was a lab set aside for airbrushing out mysterious flying aircrafts from high-resolution satellite imagery. The tool I wrote scanned for local administrator accounts on Windows PCs. It was written in Perl and scanned a Class B in 8 minutes. The low latency due to me running the scan on an already compromised machine on the same or another government military network. I found Building 8 by reading the comment sections of the PCs via the command console. These fields are used for auditing, and luckily, NASA filled them all in, so I knew which PCs were in Building 8. There weren't many machines in Building 8, but one of the first I looked at had folders called Raw and Processed, or Raw and Cleaned. The images averaged around 250 megabytes, and would have taken a long time at 5 minutes per megabyte on a 56K modem, so having remote control of the PC via a program called Remotely Anywhere, I decided to view it live on the desktop, which was risky since they work odd hours at NASA. The image was coming down very slowly via the Java-based Remotely Anywhere program, so I cut the color to 4-bit, 16 colors and shades, and the lowest resolution, which was 640 by 480, it may have been 320 by 240. The image slowly filled the screen and I could see blackness, superimposed upon which was a blue and white planet, and superimposed on that was a tubular form that was metallic white and had domes around its central circumference and at its ends. This thing had no rivets or seams and looked futuristic, though of course, with the low resolution and number of shades, detail was lacking. This was my eureka moment. Donna Hare's lab was still in existence. I was waiting for this image to come down and planning on the fastest way to get all of the other images to me. And right when I was making my plans, I saw the mouse cursor move to the bottom right of the screen, right-click the network icon, and choose Disconnect. I'd been caught and disconnected, missing my chance to grab even a single image. I never did any intentional damage or accidental. As far as I know, I'm not a vandal, but I did leave stupid messages about disrupting their sense of security. My family and I then fought my possible extradition to America for 10 years, finally winning the case in 2012. I know this is an old story and not too widely publicized in America at the time, so I apologize that there's nothing new, though hopefully interesting questions will result in interesting answers. Let me tell you what happened to me in 2006, the only odd Men in Black possibly kind of thing that did happen to me, apart from being followed by the same van for 2 hours one time across England. I lived in a bedsit at the time, being unemployed due to my ongoing case, which is one room in a shared house. I was on the first floor, one story up if you're American. My lady and I had gone to bed on my fold-out sofa. I think we fell asleep around midnight. I woke up out of a really deep sleep, so I'm thinking it must have been around 2 or 3 in the morning. I was woken up by a really sharp pain in my left heel, so sharp that I jolted awake and reached down to my foot to see what it was, whereupon I was forced to sleep again. It was like going under general anesthetic, uncomfortable and unwilling. So I went from painful shock to instant sleep. In the morning, the first thing I thought of was the pain in my heel. I looked at my foot. It turned out I'd gone to bed with my socks on, and there were 2 holes in the sock on my heel. I removed the sock and found 2 perfectly round holes in my heel, each around 5 millimeters in diameter. It was like someone had done me with a miniature paper hole punch. I can't explain that to this day, and can only assume it's a chip. I've had tri-field meters on it. I made a super-sensitive magnetometer that showed nothing, but 2 lumps did grow on the heel in the months following the event, and they have now moved around to the inside of the foot." End quote. The Moon, Earth's celestial companion, has long captivated the human imagination and fueled our curiosity about the cosmos. In recent decades, as human space exploration and lunar observation have advanced, reports of unidentified flying objects seen in close proximity to the Moon have emerged. These sightings, often shrouded in mystery, have raised intriguing questions about the possibility of extraterrestrial presence, advanced technology, and the enigmatic nature of lunar space. Perhaps one of the most famous lunar sightings occurred during NASA's Apollo 11 mission in 1969. While in lunar orbit, astronaut Michael Collins reported seeing a bright object that appeared to be following the spacecraft. This object, often referred to as the Apollo 11 UFO, was captured on audio recordings and was witnessed by multiple astronauts. NASA, however, officially categorized it as a panel from the lunar module. During the Apollo 16 mission in 1972, astronaut John Young observed a strange light while orbiting the Moon. He described it as a streamer of light that appeared to move across the lunar surface. The exact nature of this phenomenon remains a subject of debate, with some speculating about its origin. With advancements in technology and the rise of citizen scientists, there has been a surge in reported lunar sightings. Amateur astronomers and lunar observers have captured images and videos of unexplained objects near the Moon, often resembling bright lights or unidentified shapes. These observations are often shared on social media and have fueled public interest in the topic. One of the most plausible explanations for lunar sightings is the presence of human-made spacecraft and satellites in lunar orbit. Over the years, various missions and lunar programs have left behind debris and equipment in lunar space, including defunct satellites and spacecraft stages. These objects can catch the sunlight and appear as unidentified objects when observed from Earth. Some accounts suggest that these mysterious crafts might be interested in our Moon. The Moon has long been considered a potential source of valuable resources, including water ice, rare minerals, and helium-3, which could be used for future space exploration and colonization. Advanced extraterrestrial civilizations might be interested in these resources, potentially explaining UFO presence. The Moon offers a unique vantage point for observing Earth and the cosmos, and unidentified objects might utilize lunar space to conduct scientific research, monitor our planet, or engage in astronomical observations that are superior to Earth-based perspectives. The Moon landing in 1969 represented a monumental achievement for humanity. If advanced civilizations have been monitoring our progress, they might have taken an interest in our lunar exploration efforts as a marker of our technological development. The Moon has been associated with various unexplained phenomena, from transient lunar phenomena to sightings of anomalous lights and objects. These mysterious objects might be drawn to these lunar mysteries, seeking answers or conducting investigations. The Moon has been proposed as a potential location for humans or bases. If these objects are indeed linked to advanced civilizations, they might use lunar bases as strategic outposts for observing Earth and our activities. The Moon's lower gravitational pull compared to Earth makes it an attractive celestial body for maneuvering and launching spacecraft. Unidentified objects might use the Moon as a base for interstellar travel, or as a waypoint for exploring our solar system. The Moon's orbit provides efficient pathways for spacecraft traveling between Earth and other celestial destinations. These objects might leverage these orbital trajectories for expedient space travel. The Moon holds immense cultural and symbolic value for humanity. These encounters near the Moon could be intended as a form of communication or interaction with our species, acknowledging the significance we attribute to our celestial neighbor. If unidentified objects are piloted by intelligent beings, they might aim to engage in intercultural exchange by visiting celestial bodies of importance to human civilization, including the Moon. As of right now, while unidentified objects exhibiting interest in our moon remains theoretical and speculative, it is a captivating concept that fuels the imagination and inspires exploration. The moon, with its scientific significance, historical importance, and cultural symbolism, offers a rich canvas for contemplating the potential motivations of unidentified flying objects. For decades, reports of unidentified flying objects hovering near military bases have fueled intrigue and speculation. These incidents, often shrouded in secrecy, have raised questions about the potential implications for national security, military technology, and the broader understanding of unidentified aerial phenomena. The Malmstrom Air Force Base incident stands as one of the most perplexing and compelling episodes in the annals of unidentified object encounters. Taking place during the height of the Cold War, this incident involved sightings of unidentified flying objects near the Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana in March 1967. It raised questions about the potential national security implications, the reliability of military personnel as witnesses, and the enduring mystery of unidentified aerial phenomena. On the night of March 24, 1967, Deputy Crew Commander Lieutenant Robert Salas and his team were stationed at the Echo Flight Launch Control Center at Malmstrom Air Force Base, responsible for overseeing a group of Minuteman intercontinental ballistic missiles located in underground silos across the Montana countryside. Suddenly, the alarms went off, indicating a complete shutdown of the missiles in their launch-ready state. Panicked, Salas reported the incident to higher authorities, who were equally mystified. Furthermore, security personnel on the surface witnessed a glowing red unidentified object hovering above one of the missile silos. This incident was corroborated by multiple witnesses, including other missile officers stationed at different sites. In the days following the incident, a flurry of investigations ensued. Military personnel were subjected to rigorous debriefings, and the incident report was classified. An official Air Force statement attributed the shutdown of the missiles to a power failure, an explanation that many involved in the incident vehemently rejected. The Malmstrom incident occurred during a period of heightened Cold War tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union. The fact that an unidentified object had the capability to shut down multiple intercontinental ballistic missiles raised concerns about potential foreign interference or espionage. The incident underscored the vulnerability of military installations to unidentified aerial phenomena. The possibility of hostile foreign entities having advanced technology or infiltrating sensitive military sites prompted national security concerns. The witnesses to the Malmstrom incident were highly trained military personnel responsible for the nation's nuclear deterrent. Their credibility and the consistency of their accounts added weight to the encounter. Skeptics argue that the missile shutdown might have resulted from a technical malfunction rather than advanced interference. However, this theory fails to explain the concurrent sighting reported by security personnel. Enthusiasts and some military personnel involved in the incident maintain that the mysterious object was of advanced origin. They believe that the presence of advanced, intelligently controlled craft capable of interfering with intercontinental ballistic missiles suggests an otherworldly connection. As of right now, the Malmstrom Air Force Base incident remains an enduring enigma in the realm of unidentified aerial phenomena. Its occurrence during the Cold War, its impact on national security perceptions, and the credibility of the witnesses have all contributed to the ongoing intrigue surrounding this event. With regards to unidentified object sightings in the United Kingdom, there have been numerous encounters reported throughout the years. However, when it comes to significance, the incidents that occurred in Suffolk, specifically after Christmas 1980, stand out prominently. These events hold immense importance within the realm of unidentified flying objects in the country. The unusual phenomenon occurring in and around Rendlesham Forest, a location conveniently situated between two American Air Force bases, was observed on multiple occasions throughout the span of several nights during the Christmas week. This intriguing event has captured the attention of many due to its mysterious nature and close proximity to military installations. Furthermore, it is important to note that the incident in question was observed by a number of individuals who possess extensive military training and expertise in evaluating and understanding their surroundings. These witnesses are adept at assessing complex situations, even in the most high-stress and challenging circumstances. Their first-hand accounts provide valuable insights and perspectives that contribute to a comprehensive understanding of the event. What adds even more fascination to the incident is the presence of an intriguing phenomenon involving advanced forms of communication and telepathy between one of the primary witnesses and the occupants of this unusual flying object. Furthermore, raising even more intrigue are the later revelations made, nearly 3 decades down the line, regarding the existence of missing files and deliberate concealment of information related to the incident. These factors bring forth deeper questions and a desire to uncover the truth behind the incident, while adding a comprehensive understanding to the overall narrative. Undoubtedly, there has been a persistent discourse among researchers regarding the information we are about to delve into. It raises an intriguing question. Should we truly consider the possibility that the occupants of these extraordinary and enigmatic flying vessels were not extraterrestrial beings, but rather human? In order to thoroughly explore this fascinating claim, we must objectively assess the available evidence and consider all potential implications. In order to delve into the events that took place in Rendlesham Forest, it is essential to first explore a sighting that occurred approximately 2 weeks prior, which was witnessed by numerous individuals. Among these witnesses was Timothy Good, an acclaimed author and prominent researcher. As we further investigate the events that unfolded in Suffolk 2 weeks later, it becomes evident that the striking similarities between the two incidents cannot be disregarded. This comprehensive examination aims to provide a thorough analysis, offering a deeper understanding of the connection and significance between the initial sighting and the subsequent events in Rendlesham Forest. In the comprehensive book titled Above Top Secret, author Timothy Good recounts a fascinating incident that he personally experienced on the 15th of December 1980. As he strolled towards his residence in the Bromley area of London, Good was captivated by an extraordinary sight, an unusual aerial display that unfolded before his eyes. This remarkable event took place at approximately 4:07 in the afternoon, with Good's attention drawn to a stationary, radiant object resembling a bright star that seemed to hover effortlessly in the cloudless sky. Initially, Good observed a luminous gleam in the early evening sky and assumed it to be Venus due to its intense radiance. However, he swiftly engaged in a mental assessment, performing a rapid calculation, and came to a realization that contradicted his initial assumption. It dawned upon him that this celestial brilliance did not align with the expected position of our neighboring planet Venus, nor did it resemble any known star. In essence, the presence of this dazzling luminosity perplexed Good, prompting him to question its true identity. Considering the possibility that the object in question could be either a commercial airliner or a hot air balloon, potentially illuminated by the sun's fading beams, the individual in question felt a strong urge to quickly retrieve their telescope. Their intention was to have a more detailed and intimate view of the object. However, when they finally managed to obtain their telescope and returned to the designated spot, the object had already disappeared from sight. At precisely 4:15, disappointment filled Good's heart as he feared that the incident would be forgotten. However, his concerns were soon alleviated the next day when a phone call came in from Russell Bowie, a reporter representing the Kentish Times. Bowie wished to know if Good had any information on any sightings the previous day, especially around 4 in the afternoon. The only incident he knew of was his own, which he relayed to Bowie. In response, Bowie would inform him that at 3 in the afternoon the previous day, at the Orpington Hospital redevelopment site, over 40 people witnessed an unidentified object for over an hour. The unidentified flying object remained stationary in the air for a certain period of time, seemingly suspended in the sky. It then began to move slowly, gradually picking up speed, until it suddenly accelerated and swiftly streaked across the entire expanse of the sky. Notably, upon examining the account of the Rendlesham incident, it becomes apparent that the mysterious object exhibited an extraordinary feature. It split into multiple distinct components before swiftly vanishing from sight by ascending vertically at an incredible velocity. During the investigation, Peter McSherry, an employee of Lovell Southern Limited, emerged as a crucial witness. According to McSherry's account to Good, he observed the object around 3 in the afternoon and was startled by its absolute stillness. It appeared to hover effortlessly in the sky, suspended at an estimated altitude of 50,000 feet. Interestingly, a few moments later, a passing aircraft flew beneath the object, causing it to shift slightly in a serene and measured manner before coming to a halt once again. This intriguing sequence of events raises questions about the nature and behavior of the object, prompting further exploration and analysis. The unidentified object exhibited an intriguing pattern of behavior, consistently captivating observers with its unusual actions. Initially, it emitted a quick burst of vapor before gradually shifting in an eastward direction. After this short movement, it entered a period of stillness, as if frozen in time. Astonishingly, at some point, the object abruptly propelled itself towards the moon at an astonishing velocity, leaving witnesses awestruck by its extraordinary speed. However, within a brief span, at precisely 4 in the afternoon, the unidentified object would once again commence its rotation on its axis and swiftly ascend to its original position directly above the construction site. However, at 4:15, an intriguing phenomenon occurred. The object, with its prominent front end pointing upwards, astonishingly split into 2 distinct entities and swiftly ascended into the sky with unimaginable velocity. It is highly probable that the sighting at 4 in the afternoon corresponds to the same object that Good witnessed while returning home. It is worth noting that when he came back after retrieving his telescope at 4:15, the object had mysteriously vanished, leaving no trace behind. This detailed account offers a comprehensive insight into the peculiar behavior and enigmatic nature of the observed object, providing a deeper understanding of the events that unfolded during this extraordinary occurrence. According to Good, on the evening of December 17th, 2 nights after the Kent incident, a brief segment of footage captured by a family of spectators was aired. However, it is important to note that the London Weather Centre and the Civil Aviation Authority did not detect any abnormal activity on radar. The accuracy of these statements, though, can be subject to debate. Furthermore, it is worth delving deeper into the discussion of whether the claims made by these sources hold true under scrutiny. The question of whether there is a deeper correlation between the incidents remains a topic of debate. Nonetheless, it is worth noting that an event that transpired in the early November of 1980, possibly in late October, may have possible connections to the eventual encounter that took place in Rendlesham Forest 2 months later. This particular incident involved 2 F-4 Phantom jets engaged in night flying exercises, during which an unidentified object was detected on military radar. Exploring this connection further reveals a potential link between these events, suggesting a greater significance that warrants closer examination. The radar operator in question, Malcolm Scurrah, vividly recollected the peculiar occurrence when an unidentified flying object initially appeared on the radar scope at an altitude of approximately 5,000 feet. Intriguingly, this aerial anomaly swiftly ascended several thousand feet, defying the laws of conventional aviation until it reached an astounding altitude of 90,000 feet. Astonishingly, at that remarkable height, the unidentified object vanished from the radar screens, leaving no trace of its existence. Remarkably, Scurrah would later discreetly discover that higher-ranking officers held a keen interest in monitoring this enigmatic object as it traversed the skies. Upon receiving the reports, the authorities promptly issued orders to halt all nocturnal aviation activities and commence a thorough investigation into the peculiar phenomenon. As per Scurrah's account, he stated that one of the fighter jets approached what appeared to be an intensely luminous object, only to witness it swiftly ascend in a vertical trajectory and suddenly vanish within a matter of seconds. Whether this enigmatic craft dissipated into thin air as a singular entity or fragmented into 2 distinct entities remains undisclosed. The authorities are now diligently examining all available data and eyewitness testimonies to shed light on this perplexing incident, leaving no stone unturned in their pursuit of uncovering the truth behind this extraordinary event. The subsequent day, as indicated by Scurrah, a number of unidentified senior military figures made their way to the base. Their purpose was to collect all the radar tapes and logs from the previous evening, a development that raised eyebrows. Adding to the intrigue, there was an abrupt appointment of yet another individual described as a high-ranking RAF personnel at the base, further fueling speculation. This series of events prompted intense scrutiny and curiosity surrounding the activities and potential motives behind these actions. In the early morning hours of December 26, 1980, around 3 a.m, John Burroughs and Jim Penniston, who were both on patrol duty at RAF Woodbridge, an American airbase located in the United Kingdom, experienced a peculiar event. Having just concluded the Christmas festivities a few hours earlier, their attention was caught when they noticed an unusual light in the sky, specifically over the woodland adjacent to the base. This incident marked the beginning of a fascinating encounter that would remain etched in their memories forever. With the assumption that a small aircraft or helicopter had possibly made an unscheduled landing, or even encountered an accident, the individuals in question would request permission from their superior to investigate the situation. After receiving the go-ahead, Burroughs, Penniston, and Airman First Class Cabansag embarked on their expedition, opting to utilize a military-style jeep in order to navigate through the dense trees and locate the source of the peculiar illumination. However, as they ventured further into the challenging terrain of the woodland, the unforgiving nature of the surroundings became increasingly apparent, prompting the 3-member team to make the difficult decision of abandoning their vehicle. As per Charles Holt's report, the individuals involved in this incident recounted witnessing a peculiar luminous entity displaying a metallic composition and assuming a distinct triangular form. Based on their estimations, the object's dimensions were approximately 2 meters in height and 2 to 3 meters in width. This enigmatic phenomenon emitted a radiant white light, casting its illuminating rays across the entire expanse of the forest. Positioned atop the craft was a vibrant, pulsating red light, while a row of captivating blue lights adorned its lower section. This comprehensive account provides a detailed and nuanced depiction of the remarkable occurrences witnessed by the individuals involved in this intriguing event. The intensity of the brightness emanating from the object was so overwhelming that the men in its presence were unable to discern whether it was suspended in the air or supported by legs. As they approached closer, their communication radios began to experience heightened interference, adding to their uncertainty and confusion. In order to establish a reliable line of communication, Penniston made a quick decision and instructed Cabansag to return to the nearby jeep, positioning himself as a vital link between the team and the control base. As they ventured within a proximity of approximately 50 meters from the enigmatic craft, the level of detail that unfolded before them exceeded their wildest expectations, leaving them in awe and wonderment. At this particular phase, Burroughs seemed to be completely inundated by the circumstances, giving the impression that he was merely going through the motions without actively absorbing and comprehending the details. In contrast, Penniston was fully present and engaged in the moment. He vividly recalls how the very atmosphere had a tangible sensation of static electricity to the extent that it caused his hair to stand on end. This heightened perception not only highlights Penniston's complete immersion in the situation, but also reinforces the intensity and unusual nature of the experience they were encountering. Penniston proceeded further, covering a distance of less than 20 meters. As he approached, he couldn't help but notice the impeccably polished surface of the triangular craft. It was remarkably smooth, almost resembling a sheet of glass. The craft's red and blue lights flickered in an alternating pattern, while a steady stream of white light emanated from its upper and lower sections. This combination of lights created a mesmerizing display, capturing Penniston's attention and leaving a lasting impression. During that moment, Penniston took out a camera from his own possession and proceeded to capture photographs of the external appearance of the unidentified craft. Simultaneously, he methodically encircled the craft, carefully observing and absorbing every intricate detail from multiple sides and angles. The outer surface of the craft was remarkably sleek, lacking any visible seams or rivets, as if it had been created from a single unified material. This particular characteristic has been commonly reported in numerous accounts of unidentified flying object sightings, further adding credibility to these observations. Upon close observation, he was unable to detect any apparent indication of how the craft was being propelled. Inhaling deeply, he cautiously extended his arms and rested his hands upon the sleek, ebony exterior of the vehicle. In the years that followed, he would vividly remember how, despite the bitterly cold weather during that December night in England, the craft exuded a remarkable heat. This observation left a lasting impression on him as he pondered the enigmatic nature of this unidentified flying object. Upon a more thorough examination, the author experienced an increased level of surprise as he observed the presence of raised etchings on the surface of the mysterious craft. These peculiar etchings, resembling the texture of sandpaper, displayed intricate symbols that bore a striking resemblance to the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. Measuring approximately 3 inches in height, these symbols spanned an extensive range of about 3 feet along the side of the enigmatic vessel. Adding to the enigma, the author made the astonishing discovery that upon coming into contact with these symbols, the entire surroundings transformed into a luminous shade of brilliant white. During this extraordinary encounter, the sudden emergence of an intense, luminous white light completely overwhelmed the witness, rendering him temporarily oblivious to both sound and sight. The inexplicable radiance appeared to govern the course of events, as if possessing its own autonomous will. At a particular point in the inexplicable sequence of events, Peniston found himself convinced that the mysterious object was on the verge of detonation, prompting him to cautiously retreat from it, adopting a defensive posture with the intention to shield himself from any potential harm. The moment the object lifted off the ground, it ascended swiftly into the sky and disappeared among the towering trees. Simultaneously, on a nearby farm, the presence of the unknown entity sent the animals into a state of wild excitement and agitation. As the object continued its journey, a magnificent blend of vibrant red and blue hues, softened by the gentle white light, enveloped the entire forest, casting an enchanting glow over its surroundings. During the notable incident in Sussex during the Christmas holiday of 1980, Peniston vividly remembered the presence of an inexplicable life force within the craft, despite not visually capturing any occupants. This peculiar sensation strongly hinted at the undeniable existence of an intelligent entity dwelling inside. Peniston carefully documented his observations throughout the entirety of the encounter, diligently recording them in his logbook, which he still possesses to this day. By referring to his logbook, we gain invaluable insight into the extraordinary events that unfolded. Peniston was particularly struck by the astounding velocity at which the unidentified craft zipped through the sky, a notable detail he diligently noted down. At that precise moment, I came to the realization that the technological advancements of this particular craftsmanship were vastly superior to what our own engineering capabilities could ever achieve. The unit successfully made it back to their base. However, roughly an hour later, at around 4 in the morning, there was another brief sighting. This time, a bright object was observed just outside the back gate of the base. It is worth noting that during this period, both Burroughs and Peniston underwent a debriefing session to discuss the incident in detail and provide their accounts. During the debriefing, one of the key points emphasized to Burroughs and Peniston was the importance of completely erasing any memory or recollection of what they had witnessed. It became evident to them that there was already an ongoing effort to conceal or suppress information regarding the encounter. As a result, they cautiously and discreetly decided to return to the location where the incident had taken place, indicating their suspicion that a cover-up was indeed underway. As the break of dawn took hold of the forest, illuminating the surroundings with its gentle glow, the two observers wasted no time in venturing towards the site to investigate further. Astonishingly, the spot where the men had claimed to have witnessed the enigmatic object prior to their arrival revealed a remarkable phenomenon. 3 distinct indentations arranged in an intriguing pattern. This intriguing arrangement strongly suggests that the object had been resting on legs rather than floating above the ground. To gather concrete evidence, Peniston meticulously created plaster-cast molds of these enigmatic depressions, ensuring a lasting record of their existence. This meticulous approach guarantees that the physical imprints remain accessible for scrutiny and analysis, adding depth to the investigation. However, as soon as he retreated to the solace of his own room, peculiar visions commenced to intrude on his consciousness. An onslaught of ones and zeros relentlessly inundated his thoughts, compelling him to diligently transcribe the sequences in the precise order they revealed themselves. It didn't take him much time to discern that he was, in fact, perceiving and remarkably remembering binary code. In light of this enigmatic encoding, upon expert scrutiny from Joe Luciano, the ensuing outcomes proved to be utterly captivating. The profound significance embedded in these patterns of binary code unraveled a realm of possibilities, evoking a sense of awe in those who delved deeper into its deciphered meaning. The objective of this project is to compile a comprehensive list of the coordinates for a variety of well-known and historically significant locations across the globe. These locations encompass a wide range of destinations, including but not limited to the iconic pyramids of Giza in Egypt and the enigmatic Nazca lines in Peru. Although he, as well as Peniston and Burroughs, have not actively pursued public attention or sought the spotlight, they have also not refrained from recounting their experiences when necessary. It is worth noting that their narrative has remained largely consistent and unaltered since the week of Christmas in 1980. This fact highlights their commitment to the veracity of their account and reinforces the credibility of their testimonies over the years. The allure of space exploration and the mysteries of the cosmos have long captivated humanity's imagination. Over the years, reports of unidentified objects have fueled speculation about advanced life and advanced technology beyond Earth. SpaceX, founded by entrepreneur Elon Musk in 2002, has rapidly become a leader in the space industry, with ambitious goals of making space travel more accessible and sustainable. While SpaceX has made significant strides in space exploration, it has also become inadvertently entangled with unidentified objects, raising questions about the nature of these encounters and their implications. Over the years, there have been several reports of unidentified objects spotted in close proximity to SpaceX rockets during launches or while in orbit. These sightings, often captured on camera, have generated considerable interest and debate among researchers, space enthusiasts, and the general public. A space mission launched by SpaceX, equipped with state-of-the-art technology, encountered an unusual sighting, an elongated, cylinder-shaped object that slowly approached the SpaceX rocket. The cylinder-shaped, unidentified object, appearing as a metallic, elongated object, exhibits no known propulsion system or origin. Its approach toward the SpaceX rocket defies conventional understanding. The object's symmetrical and streamlined design suggests a level of engineering far beyond terrestrial capabilities, inviting speculation about its potential advanced origin. As the cylinder approached, the live footage was stopped and was even edited to remove the object from the live stream. As of right now, there are instances where unidentified objects or anomalies are captured in the background of these live feeds. When NASA or other space agencies remove such objects from their live streams, it's typically for a combination of logical and technical reasons. However, researchers have said this is done in order to cover up these mysterious objects. On April 30th, SpaceX's colossal Falcon Heavy rocket effectively deployed 3 satellites into high Earth orbit, marking a significant milestone, as it was the first time that none of the rocket's boosters were retrieved. On the evening of Sunday, April 30th, the rocket launched and all stages performed as expected, delivering the trio of payloads to geostationary Earth orbit. The exhaust emitted from the rocket created an impressive spectacle, as observed from a perspective on the ground. Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX, has expressed that he would consider it a success if the new Falcon Heavy rocket manages to launch without any issues. The rocket engines were successfully tested at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, paving the way for its first ever flight in the upcoming weeks. However, during this mission, users watching the live stream said that they saw strange objects in the background. This caused the users to take videos of the objects and post them to social media. Oddly enough, those who investigate the unknown have said that this isn't the first time that mysterious objects have been captured during SpaceX missions, and it's caused some to suggest that these videos could be proof of unidentified objects. In the vast expanse of the night sky, the Falcon Heavy rocket soared into space, carrying a payload of satellites destined for orbit. The atmosphere at the launch site was electrifying, with spectators and engineers watching the powerful engines ignite, propelling the spacecraft towards the stars. Among the eager onlookers were those interested in unidentified objects. One user named Tom said they had always been captivated by the mysteries of the universe, and he couldn't resist the opportunity to witness a SpaceX mission firsthand. Armed with his trusty telescope and camera, he set up his equipment in a prime viewing spot. As the rocket climbed higher and higher into the sky, leaving a trail of exhaust behind, Tom scanned the surrounding area with his telescope. His eyes widened as he noticed something peculiar, a light object hovering in the vicinity of the spacecraft. It appeared to be glowing and staying close to the rocket. He quickly viewed the live feed in order to confirm his sighting, and noted that the mysterious object seemed to effortlessly match the speed and trajectory of the Falcon Heavy, stating that it maintained a steady distance. He was one of the people who uploaded the footage to social media, saying that you can see two objects flying past the rocket. He said that its smooth and seamless movements indicated an advanced level of technology. In recent years, there have been numerous reports of unidentified objects in close proximity to SpaceX missions. These sightings have sparked curiosity and intrigue among both space enthusiasts and enthusiasts alike. While the exact nature and origin of these UFOs remain a subject of debate, several factors can be considered to understand why they are often observed near SpaceX missions. Firstly, the launch of a SpaceX mission attracts significant attention from the public and media. These missions involve advanced technology, groundbreaking achievements, and the exploration of outer space. Such high-profile events naturally draw the interest of individuals who are interested in unidentified objects. As a result, people are more likely to be actively observing the skies during these missions, increasing the chances of spotting unusual aerial phenomena. Secondly, the presence of mysterious aircrafts near SpaceX missions may be attributed to the characteristics of the rockets and spacecraft themselves. SpaceX has been at the forefront of developing innovative technologies and pushing the boundaries of space exploration. Moreover, it is important to acknowledge the possibility that some of these sightings may be misinterpretations or misidentifications of conventional objects or atmospheric phenomena. However, it is worth noting that some sightings near SpaceX missions defy conventional explanations. Witnesses have reported witnessing objects that exhibit extraordinary flight characteristics, such as sudden changes in direction, rapid acceleration, or hovering in place. These sightings challenge our understanding of known aerodynamic principles and raise intriguing questions about the nature of these objects. One possible explanation for the presence of mysterious aircrafts near SpaceX missions is the hypothesis that advanced civilizations may be monitoring our technological advancements and space exploration efforts. It is conceivable that highly advanced civilizations from other star systems are curious about our progress and are observing our activities. SpaceX missions, with their cutting-edge technology and ambitious goals, could be of particular interest to these civilizations. Another perspective suggests that the sightings near SpaceX missions could be related to the phenomenon known as interstellar transit. According to this theory, advanced extraterrestrial civilizations may be utilizing gravitational assists from spacecraft or harnessing energy from rockets to facilitate their own interstellar travel. In this scenario, the sightings could be instances of these civilizations taking advantage of the gravitational or energy fields created by SpaceX missions. While the true nature of these sightings near SpaceX missions remains a mystery, they underscore the need for continued scientific exploration and open-mindedness. It is essential to investigate and analyze these reports using rigorous scientific methods, taking into account both conventional and unconventional explanations. The question of whether advanced life exists elsewhere in the universe has captivated humanity for centuries. Are we alone in the vast expanse of space, or is there a higher probability of advanced civilizations thriving beyond our planet? The vastness of the universe is an awe-inspiring concept. With billions of galaxies, each containing billions of stars, it seems inconceivable that Earth would be the only planet capable of sustaining life. The sheer number of potential habitable worlds provides a statistical basis for the existence of advanced life elsewhere, Moreover, the discovery of thousands of exoplanets, some of which reside in the habitable zone of their star systems, has fueled optimism that conditions necessary for life may be common in the universe. The existence of extremophiles, organisms capable of thriving in extreme conditions on Earth, also supports the possibility of advanced life in the universe. These resilient life forms have been found in environments once considered inhospitable, such as deep-sea hydrothermal vents, acidic lakes, and frozen tundra. If life can adapt and persist in such harsh environments on Earth, it suggests that similar adaptations might have occurred on other worlds, enabling the development of advanced life forms. Another factor to consider is the age of the universe. The universe is estimated to be approximately 13.8 billion years old, providing ample time for the evolution of advanced civilizations. Given the vast timescales involved, it is plausible that intelligent life may have emerged and progressed beyond our current level of technological advancement elsewhere in the cosmos. If this is the case, the chances of encountering advanced extraterrestrial civilizations become increasingly likely. A contractor affiliated with NASA has expressed interest in conducting a detailed investigation on the purported extraterrestrial remains that were presented to the Congress of Mexico during a highly debated UFO disclosure hearing. According to news outlets, Mr. Maussan, an experienced journalist and renowned researcher into the unknown, recently showcased the corpses and revealed that he has been approached by an unidentified third-party contractor. This individual expressed interest in conducting a thorough DNA investigation on behalf of the United States Space Agency. Maussan stated that this investigation could potentially shed light on the mysterious origins of these extraterrestrial entities. In a recent development, it has been revealed that the news regarding alleged alien corpses has surfaced merely a week after Dr. David Spergel, the eminent investigator employed by NASA, was questioned about this matter. Interestingly, Dr. Spergel refrained from completely dismissing these claims, leaving room for further investigation and exploration. During a press briefing, Dr. Spergel emphasized the importance of understanding the nature of the samples. He advised individuals who come across unusual specimens to share them with the global scientific community, allowing for a comprehensive examination of their contents. By involving experts from around the world, we can collectively delve into the mysteries these samples may hold and gain a deeper understanding of their essence. In a groundbreaking event that captured worldwide attention, Maussan initially revealed a remarkable discovery: a duo of purportedly ancient corpses estimated to be a millennium old, supposedly recovered from a cave in Peru. This unveiling took place during a pivotal gathering focused on unidentified flying objects, hosted by the General Congress of the United Mexican States. Although Maussan proclaimed the unearthing of these bodies to be a momentous event in the annals of human history, his presentation has faced strong criticism and opposition from various quarters, including scientists, anthropologists, and even certain enthusiasts. During this week, there has been a noticeable escalation in the intensity of the ongoing debate, as Peru's Minister of Culture took a significant step by filing criminal charges against Maussan and his associates. Peru's Culture Ministry, as of 2022, has taken the initiative to designate a staggering number of approximately 26,000 protected archaeological sites across the country. However, despite their commendable efforts, the ministry has encountered budget constraints in their relentless pursuit to safeguard these invaluable artifacts from falling into the hands of unscrupulous black market antiquities dealers. According to the statements by Maussan, he personally took the initiative to approach the Ministry of Culture and requested their involvement in conducting a thorough investigation into this discovery. According to Maussan, he states that there have been repeated unsuccessful attempts to accomplish the task. Multiple efforts were made, including the sending of numerous letters. Maussan recently said that NASA acknowledges the need for thorough investigation into these remains. Maussan revealed that a contractor affiliated with NASA eagerly accepted the challenge. This contractor, whose expertise lies in DNA analysis, operates as a specialized laboratory dedicated to the intricate task of deciphering remains. Despite numerous endeavors made by news outlets, both through phone calls and emails, NASA's Office of Public Affairs remains inaccessible, as they have not responded to any requests for comment. Mosan expressed apprehension regarding the potential negative impact of excessive transparency at this stage of the ongoing investigations. He emphasized the delicate nature of these inquiries and the need for careful handling. When questioned by news outlets, Mosan chose not to reveal the specific identity of the contractor affiliated with NASA. He mentioned that the person involved in this project is a contractor affiliated with NASA, but said that unfortunately he couldn't provide any further details. However, despite his previous role as a chief investigative reporter, the Mexican broadcaster expressed a willingness to speculate on the future actions of the NASA contractor. According to Mosan, it is his belief that the individuals in question will be traveling to Peru and subsequently to Mexico. Their purpose for visiting these locations is to carry out a thorough examination of the bodies and obtain samples for conducting their own independent DNA investigation. Over the course of several years, Mosan has dedicated himself to attracting the attention and interest of professional scientists towards the exploration of ancient artifacts from Latin America. While his journey has had its fair share of obstacles and achievements, it is important to note that the current level of international scrutiny surrounding this topic is unparalleled. Mosan, in his statement, expressed a legitimate concern regarding the potential risks of excessive transparency during the early stages of the ongoing investigations. Scientists have just announced that scans on the two aliens presented in Mexico suggest that they are not assembled or manipulated. Experts remain skeptical regarding Mosan's assertions about the existence of non-human beings, following a peculiar presentation he made to the Congress of his country. Two purported beings, which were brought before Mexico's legislative body by an individual whose credibility is in question, underwent medical examination, provoking allegations from scientists that it may all be a deceitful ploy. During a recent event, Mosan caused a peculiar interruption when he showcased a collection of small skeletons, each measuring around 2 feet in length. These intriguing discoveries were presented to lawmakers, carefully displayed in large wooden caskets. According to Mr. Mosan, he asserts that these bodies, discovered in Peru, are not of human origin and do not align with our evolutionary lineage on Earth. Scientists and academics, in their ongoing effort to maintain credibility and uphold scientific rigor, have refuted the veracity of the findings presented by Mr. Mosan, regarding them as yet another publicity stunt. However, in Mexico City, medical professionals working at a laboratory conducted X-ray and CT scans on the bodies, utilizing advanced imaging techniques to examine and analyze them in detail. According to the researchers, the skeletal remains under discussion belong to one specific individual and have not been connected or attached to any other bones or body parts. The recorded video footage capturing the team conducting the tests reveals an intriguing discovery. One of the bodies on display exhibits distinct physical characteristics, such as an elongated head, slanted eyes, and a small upturned nose. Nestled deep within the heart of a dense forest, a man on social media said that his cabin stood as a sanctuary away from the chaos of urban life. Surrounded by towering trees and an air of tranquility, the cabin provided him with solace and the opportunity to reconnect with nature. The woods held their secrets, but he had always been drawn to the mysteries that lay hidden within the shadows. The man said that his fascination with wildlife led him to install a trail camera on the edge of his property. The camera was equipped with motion sensors, capturing candid moments of the forest's inhabitants. It was a way for him to glimpse into the lives of creatures that roamed the woods at night. One morning, the man scrolled through the trail camera's photos from the previous night. The images were familiar, but then something caught his eye, a photograph that he couldn't explain. Among the photos was an image that defied comprehension. Standing at the edge of the frame was a figure that seemed to bridge the line between the human and the animal, a creature with the body of a man and the head of a wolf. The man couldn't explain what he was looking at. He zoomed in, examining every detail, the creature's fur and the texture of its skin. It was as if the camera had captured the embodiment of the legends he had heard, the elusive dogman. Determined to unravel the mystery behind the photograph, the man embarked on a quest for answers. He reached out to researchers, and joined online communities dedicated to unexplained phenomena. As he delved deeper, the man found himself torn between skepticism and a yearning to believe. Months later, armed with newfound knowledge and a renewed determination, the man said that he decided to place additional trail cameras throughout the forest. He was compelled to capture another image of the elusive creature to validate his initial encounter. However, as of right now, the man reported that the creature has not returned. Many who have seen the image have said that it's the elusive dogman. In the annals of cryptozoology, a creature known as the dogman has captured the imaginations of many, blending the elements of the familiar with the mysterious. With reports spanning across various regions and cultures, the dogman is a cryptid that straddles the line between myth and reality. This enigmatic creature, often described as a hybrid of man and canine, has ignited debates, inspired stories, and fueled curiosity among enthusiasts of the unknown. The legend of the dogman is deeply rooted in folklore and oral traditions, with stories dating back centuries in different parts of the world. Variations of the creature are found in Native American legends, European tales, and other cultural narratives. While descriptions of the creature can vary, a common thread is the hybrid nature of a humanoid figure with distinct canine features, often characterized by its upright stance and canine-like head. The dogman's name may vary from region to region, but the essence of the legend remains consistent, an elusive creature that traverses the boundary between the human and animal realms. Descriptions of the dogman often depict a creature with the body of a muscular human and the head of a wolf or large dog. It stands on its hind legs, exuding a sense of both predatory strength and intelligence. Witnesses report encountering the creature in remote wooded areas, during late hours, or in proximity to water sources. While skeptics attribute these accounts to misidentifications of known animals or exaggerations of encounters with regular wildlife, those who believe in the existence of the dogman maintain that the creature represents an unexplained mystery that defies categorization. The legend of the dogman has transcended its origins to become a contemporary subject of fascination. It has inspired books, documentaries, podcasts, and online communities dedicated to exploring the phenomenon. Researchers and enthusiasts alike continue to investigate reported sightings and analyze evidence to decipher the truth behind the legend. The dogman's enduring allure lies in its ability to straddle the line between reality and myth, drawing upon humanity's fascination with the mysterious and the unexplained. Its presence in popular culture has cemented its status as a figure that captures the imagination, making it a topic of intrigue for those who are drawn to stories that blur the boundaries between the natural and the supernatural. The legend of the dogman also underscores the power of folklore and its role in shaping cultural narratives. Throughout history, stories of cryptids and mysterious creatures have served as cautionary tales, explanations for the unexplained, and ways of processing the mysteries of the natural world. These tales often resonate with our primal fears and curiosity, tapping into our fascination with the unknown and our desire to explore the uncharted territories of our imagination. Folklore and legends have a way of evolving and adapting to changing times, reflecting the concerns, beliefs, and hopes of societies across generations. The enduring popularity of the dogman demonstrates how these stories continue to capture our collective imagination, offering a sense of wonder and a reminder that mysteries still persist in our world. Interestingly, these sightings have been reported all across the world, leading many to question the creature's true identity. Brazil, a land rich in diverse cultures and natural beauty, is also home to a wide array of folklore and legends that have been passed down through generations. Among these stories, the tales of werewolves and dogman stand out as enigmatic and chilling. The concept of werewolves, humans who transform into wolves or wolf-like creatures under certain conditions, is not unique to Brazil. However, the Brazilian werewolf legends bear cultural and regional nuances that shape their narratives. In the southern regions of Brazil, particularly in states like Rio Grande do Sul, stories of the lobisomem have been passed down for generations. These creatures are said to be people who transform into wolf-like beings during full moons or as a result of a curse. These legends often serve as cautionary tales, warning against venturing into the wilderness after dark. One variation of the Brazilian werewolf legend involves a pact with the devil. According to the stories, individuals who make a pact in exchange for power or riches are cursed to become lobisomens. These tales reflect the cultural belief in supernatural consequences for those who stray from moral paths. While werewolves are common in Brazilian folklore, the concept of the dog man, a creature with a human body and a canine head, is also prevalent in some regions. The creature is often associated with rural areas and dense forests, and its appearance has led to various accounts of encounters. Reports of dogman sightings in Brazil share similarities with those from other parts of the world. Witnesses describe a creature with the body of a man, covered in fur and possessing a canine head. Some stories recount the creature standing on two legs, while others depict it moving on all fours. One of the most notable dogman legends in Brazil centers around the dog of the curse. According to this legend, the creature is said to be the spirit of a soldier cursed for his wrongdoings. The creature is believed to wander the countryside, causing fear and trepidation among those who encounter it. Both werewolf and dogman legends in Brazil hold cultural significance beyond mere tales of the supernatural. These stories often serve as metaphors for various societal issues and fears. In the case of the werewolf legends, they can symbolize the struggle between human desires and moral boundaries, offering lessons about the consequences of one's actions. The dogman legends, on the other hand, tap into primal fears of the unknown and the dangers that lurk in the wilderness. The stories highlight the tension between civilization and the untamed wild, reflecting a cultural anxiety about the boundaries between human and animal realms. While many encounters with werewolves and dogman are steeped in folklore, there are also contemporary reports of sightings that add a layer of intrigue to these legends. Witnesses across Brazil claim to have encountered these creatures, sharing experiences that range from eerie sounds and shadows to actual sightings of humanoid figures with canine features. In the age of social media and online communities, these encounters are often shared and discussed, contributing to the ongoing fascination with the supernatural. As of right now, the stories of werewolves and dogman encounters in Brazil provide a unique window into the country's cultural landscape. Rooted in centuries-old folklore, these tales reflect the complexities of human imagination and the symbiotic relationship between storytelling and societal values. Whether viewed as cautionary tales or metaphors for human experiences, these legends continue to captivate and intrigue people across Brazil and beyond. As Brazil continues to evolve and modernize, the enduring presence of werewolf and dogman legends serves as a reminder of the power of tradition and storytelling in shaping cultural identity. These mysterious encounters, whether steeped in reality or myth, invite us to ponder the unknown, grapple with our fears, and explore the boundaries between the natural and the supernatural in a world rich with folklore and intrigue. So, what do you make of this mysterious photograph? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.